about you in the summertime and all the good times that we had, baby.
Hey y'all, it's Dorothy from PrepInYourStep.com and welcome back to my channel. You may notice that I'm in a bit of a different location, and I realized that that mirror looks really slanted in the way the camera is angled, but it's not, I promise. But I'm at our beach house. So this is my room at the beach house, and I have done a video here before and I gave y'all a tour of it, so I'll link that below in case you want to see kind of how the room is decorated and where I'm staying. I will do a home room tour at some point. I just have to finish it first. But today's video is about things to do when you're bored in the summer. And I know that we all kind of fall into a funk of doing the same old thing over and over again, and then before you know it, summer is over and you haven't done anything fun or cool to talk about, or I feel like teachers always have like a writing prompt, write about when you get back to school in the fall. And with July 4th having just happened, I feel like that's kind of the peak of summer, and then before we know it, we'll be going back to school. A month from today, I'll be headed back to school, which is absolutely insane to me. But regardless of that, let's get into some of the fun things I thought of for y'all to do this summer so that you're not bored. So I wrote them down in this little notebook, and so if you see me referencing something, it's because I didn't want to just word vomit to y'all. But the first tip I have, or thing to do in the summer when you're bored, is to go to a baseball game. My friend Nell and I went to one, I guess when this is going up, it will have been like 2 or 3 weeks ago. But it was so fun. Sadly, it was very poorly attended, but if you have a minor league team or a major league team near you, get together a group of friends and go out to dinner beforehand or eat at the park, depending on what the concessions are like. But going to a baseball game is so fun in the summer, and usually they're at night, so it's not too hot, which is a definite plus. My next idea is to find a fun, healthy indoor activity. So I know it's so hot in the summer. I feel like I'm going to say that probably 30 times in this video, but it's true. On the way to the beach today, it was 96 degrees, and that's not including humidity or what the heat index says, and that's just absurd. So an indoor activity is really important to find in the summer. So whether that be starting a blog or a YouTube channel, finding workout classes you love. Y'all have probably heard me talk about how much I love Bar 3 classes. Even if your town doesn't have a Bar 3, they probably have something similar, yoga, trampoline parks, something of that nature that you can do inside so that you are entertained, but also healthy, productive, using those creative juices, getting out some energy, whatever it is. An indoor activity is a great thing to have in the summer. The next one is kind of an obvious one, but make plans with friends and make them further in advance than you usually would. That gives you something to look forward to and kind of build up excitement around, and that's a great way to stay in touch with them over the summer, and maybe they'll have some ideas or invite you on different excursions or outings of things y'all can do together. So whether that be your friend is sleeping over or y'all are going to a baseball game together, making plans with friends is a great way to make sure that you're not bored in the summer. Next up on my list is to create a bucket list, and you may be thinking, that's kind of weird, but a summer bucket list is a great way to make sure that you're getting stuff done. I have one on the blog that I'll link below. You can use that, or you can create your own with friends. Nell and I actually made our own kind of local to us summer bucket list, and so whenever we get together, we try to cross 1 or 2 things off of that, and I'm excited to say that we are making great progress, and so I'm sure we will continue to make progress on that. But making a bucket list of things you may want to do in your area or even outside of your area is a great way to explore what's going on. Next up, try a new recipe. So you've been outside, you're trying to beat the heat. Coming inside and baking or cooking is a great way to kind of meander into the kitchen, create something delicious, and also expand your skill set. So I know that when I go back to school, I really want to cook some more and bake more. I love baking, but that would require me trying new recipes. So go on Pinterest, scroll through, pin some of your favorites, and then decide on one. Maybe offer to cook one night. I did that with these chicken lettuce wraps, and it turned out so good. My mom was thrilled that I was cooking instead of her, and I got to test out my skills in the kitchen, which was really fun and exciting for me as well. Next is more of a you should do this, not necessarily a thing to do when you're bored, but it's to check your area's local websites to see if events and just activities that are coming to the area or maybe happening this summer. So that's kind of how Mel and I created our bucket list. Is we looked at a local publication and they had some ideas of things to do in the summer, but also looking at maybe concerts near you or just outings. I know a lot of towns have farmers markets in the summer. There are a lot of great things that you can do that you may not necessarily have thought of if you don't check those. So it's better to know about everything that's happening instead of an event happening and then you're like, I would have gone to that. So definitely check those sort of things out. I'm sure if you Google your hometown, then the Chamber of Commerce website or something will come up and there will be some sort of calendar that you can look at. My next one is spend a day at the pool or the beach. I know not everyone is lucky enough to be super close to the beach. I'm so fortunate in that I live right by the water. But spending a day at the pool is equally as relaxing. Just make sure you put on sunscreen because nothing is worse than coming back and being completely fried. Don't do that. Skin cancer does not sound ideal. So spend a day, you can invite friends, you can go boating if you have that luxury, or you can just float around in the pool all day. It's a great way to just enjoy the season and pass time when you may be bored. The last thing I thought of, which there are countless others that I could have if I brainstormed a little bit longer, but I'm hoping that y'all will leave some ideas in the comments below. But my last one is to reorganize your room or closet. At the beginning of the summer, I came home and basically took everything out of my room. I had stuff I was storing under my bed. My closet had not that much stuff in it, but when I really got to the nitty-gritty of going through things, I found a lot of stuff to get rid of. So go through all of that. You'll be glad you did come school when you just don't have time for that. So reorganizing stuff when you do have time, while it may not seem like the most fun thing, it's a rewarding thing for the future as well. So those are my things that y'all can do when you're bored in the summer. If you have any, definitely leave them below of suggestions of things to do or maybe what you've done to combat boredom. And that's all I can think of for now, other than you can go and read my blog or watch my previous YouTube videos if you're that bored or are just interested. So please go and do that. Leave me any suggestions of videos to film for y'all below. I feel like I was really talking with my hands in this video. I've been really hyper today. So I'm sorry if that was the case, but I hope y'all enjoyed and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye!